Hello everyone and welcome back once again in class 7. So hope you all have enjoyed your holidays, your Diwali break, right? So in this chapter basically we are going to discuss about water because we are going to start our chapter number 5 of your geography part, right? So name of the chapter is water. Okay bache, can you imagine your life without water? If there is no water for drinking and if there is no water for cleaning, no water for bathing and so on, can you imagine? Yes, it's too drastic, right? So in this chapter we will be discussing about the process of water cycle and further distribution of water bodies and then the ocean circulations and different kinds of tides and then waves, and at the end we will be discussing about ocean currents, right? So let's start. Yes, everyone. So, you all are well aware about our today's topic, which we are going to discuss today, that is water cycle. Yes. So, bache, this water cycle, I know, you know that you are doing it from your class 2 or class 3, right? The process of water cycle. What is water cycle? If I'll ask to anyone, definitely they will be able to reply, right? So, once again, we are going to throw light on this topic, that is water cycle, with our smart content. So see carefully. So we are going to start the process of water cycle. See carefully, huh?
Hello, friends. I am Trippy. You know that rain makes the grass green and it makes your garden grow. Have you ever wondered what makes rain, though? Let's learn. How does rain form? First, we will need...
So everyone just see carefully. In this we are going to see that how water evaporates first, then how it goes upwards, then again how it come backwards. Okay?
the sun. So, here is the sun. When the sun shines, the heat of the sun warms the water, turning it into an invisible gas called water vapor. This process, the changing of water into a gas, is called evaporation.
So what is evaporation? When the rays of the sun fall directly on any water body. Okay, here we are taking example of sea. When the rays of the sun falls directly on the surface of the sea and make that topmost layer of the water warm, right? Then what happens? Water evaporation. The water vapor occurs and then the evaporation happens. Okay, the changing of water into a gas, and that is known as evaporation. Okay.
Because gas is lighter than liquids, water vapor rises up into the sky, and they further move up into the way from Earth's surface due to the temperature of gas. So, in the sky, the water vapor cools and changes back into tiny water droplets. This change of water vapor into water droplets is called condensation.
Okay, I'll give you a very fine example of condensation. Have you ever boiled the water? Have you ever made tea? किस किसने बनाई है चाय? किस किसने बनाई है? Tell me. हाँ, probably everyone, right? So just do that. Just keep that pan on the gas burner, right? And pour water and cover that with a lid or with a plate. When after some time you will take out that lid from the pan, what you will see, what you will find? Some droplets. We did that activity as well in our lab, right? Evaporation and condensation, right? Then what happens? The droplets which you find on the plate, those are known as that condensation, right? When that evaporates, पानी evaporate होके ऊपर गया, वो plate पे चिपक गया, right? So that is called the evaporation process. After that you could find that tiny droplets on that, है ना? What happens? That is called condensation. And when that condensed form start falling back into that pan, जब वो drops बन के वापस pan में गिरना शुरू हो जाती हैं, that process is called precipitation, right? Now see further.
And it's the opposite of evaporation. Clouds are made up of tiny water droplets, so when condensation occurs in the sky, clouds form and grow. Let's see it from a closer perspective. The droplets bang together and form even bigger drops. When the drops get heavy, they fall because of gravity.
Right? See, when these tiny droplets meet with each other, then what happens? The bigger drops occur, then these become the heavier drops and start falling on the ground. Why it don't go upwards in the sky? Why? Because of the gravitational force. Gravitational force stretch or attracts each and everything down to its side. है ना? Whensoever we throw a ball upward in the sky, it again comes back, no? हम जब भी बॉल ऊपर फेंकते हैं नीचे क्यों आती है, ऊपर क्यों नहीं जाती है? बिकॉज ऑफ ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स. सो सेम विद द ड्रॉप्स. When these drops condense and meet with each other and become heavier and start falling back on the ground. So this form is known as precipitation. Just see.
They even grow and bump into one another on their journey from the cloud to the ground, and every single raindrop that reaches the ground is made of 1 million of the original tiny water droplets. Raindrops fall on the ground's surface when the sun can shine on them, and the whole process happens again. This whole process is called a water cycle and keeps the water moving from the ground to the sky, fulfilling the water needs of the plants, animals, and people to survive.
So you understood what is water cycle, right? With the help of evaporation, condensation and precipitation. Yes, precipitation may be in any form. It's maybe in hail, it's maybe in hailstones, it's maybe in rain, right? So this is what called the water cycle. Hope you all understood well, है ना? So I may ask to anyone in my online class, I will definitely going to ask what is water cycle. Just follow up the process of the water cycle, then you have to explain evaporation, then the condensation and then the precipitation. There are many forms of precipitation, right? As if rain, hailstones, etc. Okay. As we have already done about water cycle, so you can see this process with an activity as well at your home. So let me make you clear first that what is a terrarium. As you might have heard about aquarium, that is a house for keeping water animals. If I'll talk about fishes, small fishes, if we want to keep at our home and want to enjoy it just to see them, so we usually keep them in an aquarium. So in the same sense we have terrarium. What is terrarium? It is an artificial enclosure for keeping small house plant, that is called small house plant. And with this activity definitely you can see whole water cycle process at your home. Even you can do this. Just try it, just see it and then let me know about your experience. Okay, even in the comment section you can do that, or in my online class also you can give me your reviews that what you did finally, है ना, and what was the result, है ना. Okay, so बच्चे, on the next page we are going to do distribution of water bodies. Yes, you all know that only 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered by water. This is very much clear that 3/4 of part of our earth that is covered by water. So do you believe that we can use all water? Whichsoever water is available on the surface of the earth, do you think that we are using every drop of water? No, we are not using that. See, if there is more water than land on the earth, why do so many countries face water scarcity? क्यों है वहाँ पे water problem क्यों face कर रहे हैं लोग? If we'll talk about example in the deserts or in other countries, people are facing this. Why? Because the water which is available on the surface of the earth, how much % we are using that? Can anybody tell? Just think and give me the answer. Okay, we have already done it in the last chapters too. So just see what is the distribution of the water bodies here. In oceans you can see 97.3 of the water, right, and that is completely saline water. Saline means the water salinity, the salinity of that water is more, right, means salt is more than that. If I talk what is the amount of salinity, so salinity is the amount of salt in grams present in 1000 grams of water. And average क्या होती है 1000 grams में कितना सॉल्ट निकलता है. इफ आई टेक एग्जाम्पल ऑफ 1000 ग्राम ऑफ वाटर वी हैव, तो आउट ऑफ दैट 1000 ग्राम ऑफ ओशन वाटर 35 gram will be salt. We can take out 35 gram of salt out of that. Fine. So that is what called the salinity of water. And if you heard about the Dead Sea, that is in Israel, so there the water salinity is 340 grams, right? So वहाँ पे क्या होता है, 340 grams है, तो no one can sink into that. उसमें कोई भी डूबता नहीं है. All can come out, right? Or the people and whatever is there used to just float onto that, onto the top. फाइन, ऊपर फ्लोट होते रहते हैं, उसमें कोई भी जो है सिंक नहीं होता है, डूबता नहीं है. फाइन. सो जस्ट सी ओशन वाटर 97.3, देन द आइस कैप, दोज आर कवर्ड 2.0, then the groundwater we have available with 0.68, fresh water lakes only 0.009, and then the inland seas and the salt lakes 0.009 again, then the atmosphere 0.0019. This is the total amount. And how much water we are using? Very less water. I am giving you just example with an activity. See, you can do at your home, and definitely you have to. Okay, so take 2 liters of water. Here it is written, है ना, 2, just in a bucket you can fill 2 liters of water, and just take out 12 spoons of water, and that much water only. अगर हम वो 2 लीटर को, we are taking that 100% of water which is available on the surface, out of that how much we are using, do you know? Just only, if we'll take out 12 spoons, that particular water only we can use, because rest of the water either it is dirty or it is saline water. Okay, या तो उसमें salinity ज़्यादा है, salt ज़्यादा है, that is not drinkable, that is not usable, है ना, that will definitely going to harm our plants, animals and people, so definitely cannot use that. And that is why in some of the country they people are facing this much problem of water. Okay, so let's go to our next slide. So बच्चे, till now we have discussed basically about our water cycle and the distribution of water bodies, right, and how much of the percentage of water which we are using, right, on our earth. So now in this we are basically going to discuss about ocean circulations, right? So what is ocean circulation? Have you ever enjoyed, have you ever gone to any sea area or oceanic area? Yes, okay, have you gone? So have you enjoyed that sand, and have you moved bare feet, है ना, कभी चले हो वहाँ पे, है ना? Have you see the have you ever seen that sand of that particular area, the waves which are coming towards you? Have you ever enjoyed that, and the shower of that wave? So in this video basically I am going to clear you the ocean circulation. Into that what comes? Tides, waves, and then the ocean currents. So firstly we are going towards, according to a chapter, that is wave. So see carefully. So you can see here one curve. So the upward wave which comes in that manner, that is called the crest, and the downwards wave which take a curve down, that is called the trough, right? See carefully.
Waves. Waves are caused by the pushing action of the winds. Particles of water in a wave move mainly up and down and pass on their movement to the neighboring water particles, forming curls in water. These curls form a wave.
So what is a wave basically? It is also written in your book. Just see carefully on your page number. It is 34, right? So waves are formed when winds scrape across the ocean surface. When the winds, the movement of winds remains high, then what happens? The high wave. And when that wave and the wind scrape is little slow, that is called the low tide, right? So what is the high tide and low tide? When the wave will be high, that is the high tide, and when the pressure will be low, the wind pressure will be low, and the tide will be definitely going in a slow motion, that is called the low tide. You can see here.
An earthquake, a volcanic eruption, or underwater landslides can shift large amounts of ocean water resulting in the formation of a huge tidal wave called tsunami.
You have done this in last class as well. What is tsunami? When any drastic change happens in the ocean. Yes, volcanic eruption that comes in the oceans as well. Not only the mountain areas it comes. It also comes in the sea. Okay. So when sometimes it happens, the landslide also happens into the sea, and sometimes volcanic eruption also comes. Fine. So these are the main reasons which resulting tsunami, and definitely the tides will be at the higher, right? जब प्रेशर ज़्यादा होगा नीचे से, if volcanic eruption that is getting blast into the sea, or what happens, something else happens, right? The drastic change into the sea waves, so then the waves will be the high, है ना? अब high wave को क्या बोलते हैं? Tsunami, right? So you can see here, resulting in the formation of a huge tidal wave called tsunami, which may be as high as 15-meter high. Can you imagine 15-meter high? So definitely it is going to destruct a lot. The nearby area definitely are going to destruct. If I'll take example, or it is also in your book, that the largest tsunami ever measured was 150-meter high. These waves travel, just change to your book, these waves travels at a speed of more than 700 kilometers per hour. It can move 700 kilometers, right? And the tsunami of 2004 caused widespread damage in the coastal areas of India. You might have heard, and lot of precautions were taken afterwards, but ultimately destruction was there, right? In 2004, you can find on net as well what was the destruction by tsunami in 2004. So you can see a huge destruction. That was a drastic, fine. So what are the waves now? You understood? Waves when the wind speed will be high into the ocean. So with that what happens, the waves, है ना, जब wind की speed ज़्यादा होगी, when it will be high, then what comes, the high waves, and when that will be at the lowest level, then it will be the low wave, है ना, wave slow हो जाएगी ना.
Which may be as high as 15 meters. Waves are oscillatory movements in water in which water particles move up and down in the direction of oscillation. A wave has two major parts. The upward part is called crest and the downward part is called the trough.
So what is a crest and what is a trough? The upward part of the wave which takes a curve on the top part, that is called the crest, and which takes the downward part, that is called the trough. Okay, have you ever thrown any of your bowl or something into the sea, है ना, with the sea waves? When you are going to enjoy those sea waves into any oceanic part, into any sea, Goa or Mumbai, है ना, have you all have said ki yes ma'am we have visited. So you might have thrown something, and when the wave comes again back, so you will get that bowl again, है ना. How it happens? Because of this continuously procession of waves, right? So the top part of that curve is known as crest, and the down part of that curve is known as trough. Okay.
The vertical distance between a crest and a trough is called wave height.
Okay, vertical means up to down, that is called the wave height, and the horizontal means ऐसे लेटा हुआ, that is called.
And the horizontal distance between two troughs or two crests is called wavelength.
Okay, wave height and wave length. Understood what is wave height and wave length?
And force of the sea waves depend on the velocity of the wind, duration of the blowing wind, the distance the wind covers in the open seas.
So these are the main reasons of the high wave and low wave. As I have already told you, wind will be at the utmost pressure, so what will happen? The high wave, and if it will be on the smooth pressure, है ना, so definitely it is going to be a low wave. So these are the duration of the blowing wind, the velocity of the wind, and the distance the wind covers in the open sea. So these are the main reasons. So next we are going to discuss in this chapter is our tides. But before that, it is your homework just to go through page number 34. tsunami, the earth's pandemonium. That is a para given in your book. Just go through that and let me know what is the destruction and what is there written into that para. Definitely I am going to ask you in that online class, okay? So students, as we've already discussed about first ocean circulation, that was waves. So next we are going to discuss about tides, right? So just see carefully with the smart content, we are going to clear it further.
Spring tide and neap tide.
Before knowing about spring tides and neap tides, you should be clear that what is a tide. Yes, as I have already cleared you with the waves. So what are the tides? Tides क्या होती हैं? Waves तो पता चल गया. The movement of the waves which occurs in one day, twice it comes, right? That is called tide. Tide भी waves का ही एक part होती हैं. But what happens? There is a difference. Just see first.
A rise and fall of ocean waters that occurs twice daily is called a tide.
Now, once in 24 hours, what happens? The rise comes in the water body and once it comes the fall. एक बार ऊपर उठते हैं, एक बार नीचे आती हैं. So that is called a tide. Rise and fall of ocean waters that occurs twice daily. Twice daily means, you know na, twice daily is called a tide. Just see further.
Tides are caused by the gravitational pull of the sun and the moon. The moon, being much closer to the earth than the sun, exerts a greater force of attraction.
So, what is the reason behind that? You all know that earth rotates around the sun and moon rotates around the earth, right? So, with this only, these tides occur. Fine. These tides occur just because of the movements of earth. Fine. Because earth is taking round around the sun and moon is taking round around earth. So because of this, what happens? The gravitational force happens, right? The gravitational force stretch each and everything towards each other, right? So just see, tides are caused by the gravitational pull of the sun and the moon. Thus, one side the sun stretches the things and another side the moon stretches the thing, attracts towards its side. So just see, the moon being much closer to the earth, because moon is much closer to the earth rather than the sun, na? Moon ज़्यादा पास है उसके. So what happens? Exerts a greater force of attraction. तो जो ज़्यादा close होगा उसकी उतनी ज़्यादा क्या होगी? Stretch होगी और attraction होगी. So moon stretches these things, these tides a lot. Just see how.
The rise in the level of water is called a high tide. The fall in the level of water is called a low tide.
Fine. अब क्या होता है? When the wave, the level of the water come high, on the high level, that is called the high tide. The rise. Rise क्या होता है? उठाव. जब वो उठता है ऊपर पानी, that is called a high tide. And when it fall on the level of water is called a low tide. Right? जब ये बिल्कुल flat हो जाता है surface पे, that it is known as a low tide. And when the rise comes high, that is called a high tide. Fine?
Tide. When the sun, moon and the earth come in a line, as on a new moon or a full moon night, the tides are higher. These tides are called spring.
See, now you can see in this picture as well. See, now the sun, moon and the earth, they are in one line. So what happens? One side, sun will stretch the things, means the surface of the earth, that is on the surface, that is surrounded by water. You know, all know na, itna to pata hi hai na aapko. So what happens? Then what happens? On a full moon day or a new moon day only this happens, that sun attracts the water towards its side and moon attracts its side. Then definitely the rise of the water will be at the high. So that is called a spring tides. जब जो ये जो you can see here, right? These are in a straight line, and the what do we call that? Gravitational force will be the utmost level, and there it occurs the spring tides. जब ये high हो जाते हैं because of gravitational force, just only on the full moon night and only on the new moon night, then it comes the spring tides. It is called the spring tides. Fine.
Tides. When the sun and the moon make a right angle with the earth, as on a half moon night, the force of attraction gets balanced and the tides are not so high.
So, you can see what is the angle of the sun, moon and earth. In this, what happens? The stretch will not be there, gravitational force will be less because of the direction of the earth and sun and the moon. You can see. So, here it will occur the neap tides and also called the low tides. Fine. So, when the sun and the moon makes a right angle with the earth. अब देखिए इसके angle क्या है? Sun and moon के angle, you can see it is a right angle, as on a half moon night the force, and it happens only on the half moon night, है ना? The revolution of the earth. Do you remember revolution of the earth में क्या होता है? See, this area is having the night part and that is having the day part. Then the angle of that moon and sun will definitely get changed. So what happens? This attracts that less, और water जो है वो balance होगा. Then what happens? This is called a neap tide. Clear?
These are called neap tides.
So hope you understood well that what is a low tide, what is a high tide, what is spring tide and what is neap tides. Definitely you have done it in your last class, but again I am going to make it clear. So move to our next slide. In that, it's last topic, and that is our ocean currents, right? So bache, this is your last topic of this chapter, water, chapter number 5 of geography, and topic is ocean currents. Just see with the smart content.
Ocean currents. The ocean currents are a horizontal movement of a mass of water in a fairly defined or constant direction over great distance. They are like streams of water flowing in the oceans and in a regular pattern.
So what are the ocean currents? Which comes on a like particular direction, right? Particular direction on the particular waves. That is called the waves only. The waves of water or the streams which comes daily on that same direction in the horizontal form. That is called the ocean current. Fine?
And in a regular pattern. Ocean currents which originate from equatorial area and flow towards polar areas are known as warm.
Now there are basically two kinds of current. One is cold ocean current and another one is warm ocean current. So what are the warm currents? First of all, you should know the ocean currents which originate from equatorial area. Equatorial because you know well about the equator line, that is the hottest area. So definitely the waves or the currents or the streams which will come from the equatorial region and flow towards polar areas are known as warm currents. Warm side से आएंगे, है ना? Equator is the warmest place, no? That 0 degree equator line. So when any wave, any stream will come from that particular area and move towards the polar region. So what will happen? What will be there? Warm currents, right?
Currents. The ocean currents which originate from polar regions and flow towards equatorial areas.
So vice versa, as we did about the warm currents, right? Warm currents flow from the equatorial region to polar region, and vice versa when the currents or the streams of water will start from the polar region and come towards the equatorial region, that will be cold currents, right?
Are the cold currents. The ocean currents originate due to difference in density of sea water, the rotation of the earth, the planetary winds. The main characteristics of warm currents are the following. The temperature of the coastal areas goes up by warm currents. Warm currents help in navigation. Warm currents keep the port, even in the polar region, free from ice.
Fine. So what are the characteristics? What are the benefits for having that warm current? So the temperature of the coastal area goes up by warm current. This is the first one. Then the warm current happen in navigations. Fine, because in the polar region, if any of the navigators, they are going to do anything in the polar regions, है ना? If there is some requirements. So what happens? The warm currents keep the parts even in the polar region free from ice. So this is the characteristic of warm currents. Fine. So hope you understood each and everything well. Fine. So beta, with this our chapter is finished. So what is your homework? Find out all the question answers. Definitely I am going to share with you all of the answer PDF. But before that, I already told you कि leave the habit of just spoon feeders, है ना? Just try it by your own first. Answer the following question on page number 37. Try to do that first. Then give reasons. You can give reasons well, I know. Then the tick the correct answers, matching. This is the only work which you have to done. And definitely that paragraph which I had given you on page number 34, the tsunami, that you have to go through. Tomorrow in the online class, I am going to discuss each and everything. Okay? Stay healthy, stay safe. Bye bye everyone.